Malapit na eh. Hindi ka pala na-access. Kasi late, di ba?
Tapos na sila.
Sige, okay. Very good. We are, ilan ngayon? Today? Ilan? Pax?
We are 360 participants.
Private na ito, no?
Apo, pero private na lahat yan, sir. Tapos wala nang ano, yung lahat ng TTIs natin, ito pa isa, sir, lahat ng TTIs natin, pinasok na natin sa batch 1 eh. So wala nang,
saan ang update nila sa
walang
application
TTIs ng, uy sir, meron na tayong re-release, si TWC 2.
Na-process na? I-announce ko yan. I-ano mo yan, isali sa iso sa concern sa MIPA?
Actually, sir, sige sir. Actually, may presentation si IC tomorrow.
Ayusin yung mga presentation.
Opo. Okay lang yun, no? Binigay ko na kay Mark, sir. Yung pinipilit kong hindi na makialam.
Sa akin lang yung, yung interview namin sa mga position. Gusto ko na rin kasi yung ma-fill up.
Wala pa rin, sir. Hindi na, alam mo, sir, parang si Ma'am Juliet, baka kailangan niyo ng staff doon. Naawa ako sa kanya. Kasi chief of staff siya, sir, eh, pero siya yung takbo ng takbo. Wala, sabi ko, wala naman to.
Tapos ano pa siya, kasama pa doon.
Opo. Para siya naging staff, sir.
That is why yung pasmak na yan, ano din yan din. Tingnan mo yung sinasabi doon kay Manny Chifa. Tingnan mo si Lenny ngayon, yung effect sa nagagawa niya sa pasmak, yung mga schools na hindi na-supervise. Ngayon pa niya na-feel. Kasi pinapa-anaw-anaw lang, naawa naman ako pwede. Kasi hindi talaga pwede magpapayuri.
This is a short guide on Zoom. Video conferencing. It will include classroom etiquette, features, and tips and tricks. Our classroom is a safe space where everyone should feel safe to share. Respect ideas and never share information from class, just like you would in the regular classroom. Let's start with classroom etiquette. When it comes to a Zoom conference, This is our virtual classroom. Appropriate classroom behavior is expected. Be sure to log into your meeting in a distraction-free and quiet environment. Don't rename yourself. Attendance needs to be taken, so no using silly names. Be sure to mute your audio as soon as you get into a conference. This helps eliminate background noise. In order to speak, you can press and hold the spacebar, which will unmute you until you release the spacebar. Make sure your video is turned on so we can see you. Be sure to be on time. Be prepared with your computer, pencil and paper, and arrive at least 5 minutes early. Now on to just a couple of the many features in Zoom. If your connection is unstable, stopping the video might help. If you'd like to add a comment and speak in the conference, simply raise your hand or use the raise hand feature, which you can find on the bottom center of your Zoom screen. You can also use chat to post questions and comments silently. The chat features can be found at the bottom center of the screen. Be aware video and chats are recorded. If it's not appropriate in class, it's not appropriate online. Finally, a few tips and tricks. Be sure to have pencil and paper handy to take notes or jot down thoughts or questions you might want to ask before the meeting is over.
Putol.
Using a headset with an external mic offers the best audio. Let others know you're finished speaking by saying, "That's all, I'm done," or "Thank you." It helps to give a thumbs up if your question has been answered. Beware of lighting. If a light source is behind you, say a window or a light, it can make you appear in darkness and very difficult to see you or your expressions. If you follow just these few suggestions, Zoom conferences will be a terrific experience for everyone. This is a short guide on Zoom video conferencing. It will include classroom etiquette, features, and tips and tricks. Our classroom is a safe space where everyone should feel safe to share. Respect ideas and never share information from class, just like you would in the regular classroom.
Putol-putol.
Let's start with classroom etiquette. When it comes to a Zoom conference, this is our virtual classroom. Appropriate classroom behavior is expected. Be sure to log into your meeting in a distraction-free and quiet environment. Don't rename yourself.
Ayaw.
Attendance needs to be taken, so no using silly names. Be sure to mute your audio as soon as you get into a conference. This helps eliminate background noise. In order to speak, you can press and hold the spacebar, which will unmute you until you release the spacebar.
Wala ayaw. Putento gago ko.
Make sure your video is turned on so we can see you. Be sure to be on time. Be prepared.
Ano ba nangyari dito? Maintindihan ko.
computer, audio na to. Tapos, paano mapapaliit to? Kasi, inon ko rin yung YouTube. I-off ko na. Oo. Kasi naka-escape mo. Escape ko to. Tapos ito, yan ako na. Pares lang ba? Ipopost ko lang, pwede? Yung YouTube, X ko na talaga.
Oh. Oh. Ha?
Mute na lang po yung mic.
This is a short guide on Zoom video conferencing. It will include classroom etiquette, features, and tips and tricks. Our classroom is a safe space where everyone should feel safe to share. Respect ideas and never share information. Everyone should feel safe to share. Ideas and never share information. Class, just like you would in the regular classroom. Let's start with classroom etiquette. When it comes to a Zoom conference, this is our virtual classroom. Appropriate classroom behavior is expected. Be sure to log into your meeting in a distraction-free and quiet environment. Don't rename yourself. Attendance needs to be taken, so no using silly names. Be sure to mute your audio as soon as you get into a conference. This helps eliminate background noise. In order to speak, you can press and hold the space bar, which will unmute you until you release the space bar. Make sure your video is turned on so we can see you. Be sure to be on time. Be prepared with your computer, pencil and paper, and arrive at least 5 minutes early. Now on just a
No invite.
Parang pinapakita nila. Ito kayo. Kumuna yung ano mo.
Be sure to be on time. Couple of the many features in Zoom. If your connection is unstable, stopping the video might help. If you would like to ask a comment and speak in the conference, simply raise your hand or use the raise hand feature which is at the bottom center of your Zoom screen. You can also use chat to post questions and comments silently. The chat features can be found at the bottom center of the screen. Be aware video and chats are recorded. If it's not appropriate in class, it's not appropriate online. Finally, a few tips and tricks. Be sure to have pencil and paper handy to take notes or jot down thoughts or questions you might want to ask before the meeting is over. Using a headset with an external mic offers the best audio. Let others know you're finished speaking by saying,
Kita yung likod ko eh.
that's all.
Ayan.
That's all.
Saan ba yung kita? Unless, pag ganito. Ito pala. Ayan, okay na. Huwag na yung bayong. Hanggang dito na lang. Igigilid ko na lang dito para ito lang makita yung side ko. Pinasok mo naman ito nga. Pasensya ka na. Ayun. Be on time.
Paper handy to take notes or jot down thoughts or questions you might want to ask before the meeting is over. Using a headset with
Ako yun eh. Microphone ko yun eh. Tama. Tukat na lang na yun ah. Yan yun mo to. Naririnig ako. Lama.
So, okay na kayo ha? Nakagawa na kayo ng ano ha? Uy, i-mute daw yan. Dapat i-mute.
Pasok ako sa cell.
Okay na kayo Nakagawa na kayo ng ano. Uy, i-mute daw yan.
Good morning, everyone. We will be starting in 5 minutes.
Morning.
Welcome po. 5 minutes po. Start na po tayo. Thank you.
Sira mo muna.
Pasok ako sa cell.
Good morning, everyone. We will be starting in 5 minutes.
Morning.
Welcome po. 5 minutes po. Start na po tayo. Thank you.
Good morning po. Start na po tayo.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Good morning po.
Morning, ma'am.
Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to the opening program of our Multiplier training on facilitating e-learning sessions for batch 2. To keep our virtual room orderly, may we remind you to please keep your microphones muted unless you're acknowledged to talk. First, let us ask for the Lord's guidance. Let's pray. Father in heaven, always merciful and giver of life, we humbly ask that you bless each one of us, from the speakers, guests, participants, and the personnel in charge of this activity. Guide us to make better decisions as we incorporate what we will learn throughout this activity. Thank you for the infinite blessings and countless opportunities. Lord, today as we start our activity, may we always be grateful to learn new things. Shed the light of your wisdom and bless each one, especially our speakers. They will be sharing their knowledge to us. Through your mercy and grace,
Multiplier.
grace and utmost understanding shine and dwell unto us. Almighty God, accompany each one and help us concentrate for us to gain more knowledge as we listen attentively. This we ask in your name. Amen. Good morning po ulit. I would like to acknowledge the presence of our Regional Director, R.D. Florencio Sunico Jr. Also gracing this morning's activity are our District Directors with their press focals. To begin with, Director Roland De La Torre from Camanava, Director Archie Grande of Manila, Director Balmerson Valdez of Multiparlas Tapat District Office, Director Perla Lucas from Pamamarisan, Director Juliet Orozco of Pasay Makati, and Dr. Mariflor Liwanag
Simula na.
District.
Simula na.
So today we are gathered to officially mark the commencement of the Multiplier training on facilitate e-learning sessions for batch 2. Turn on your videos because we will be taking photos from time to time for documentation purposes. Thank you. So to give us a warm welcome remarks, may we call on the Administrator of the National TVET Trainers Academy and the Acting District Director of TESDA Pamamarisan, Director Perla V. Lucas.
Good morning, everyone, especially to our Regional Director and the rest of our District Directors in the National Capital Region. Participants to this facilitating e-learning sessions as multiplier of NCR. Good morning. And also our facilitators, great morning to each and everyone. We are elated and excited having you all with us in this activity. We believe this is an opportunity not only for you, TVET trainers, but also your respective administrators and would-be trainees. Despite our ages and physical distance, we are not barred from learning virtually. This course was conceptualized and implemented to fast-track the registration of our blended or pure online training delivery by capacitating our trainers and to prepare them to further their delivery on flexible modality. This is, of course, a preparation for all of us for the 4-point IR. The issuance of IATF Resolution 47 will ease our burden to hold classes, but not in the usual 100% face-to-face or the traditional modality, rather of 50% capacity and in accordance with the size of our laboratories and classrooms, considering the allowed physical distancing. I welcome each and everyone in this learning activity, and may God bless us all. Thank you.
God
you,
bless, ma'am.
Director.
God bless.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, to inspire us with his
Nakapasok na
message
ako.
and to receive his guidance as well, may we request our DJ Sunico for his message. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, RD.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good
Morning,
morning.
sir. Good morning.
We'd like to welcome everyone to this second Multiplier training course for our e-learning facilitators. And let me first acknowledge our team from the private TVIs. We call them our lead, no? Multiplier trainers. Dr. Levi Trakenia of Interface Computer College, Ms. Jinky Makatulad of De La Salle, Araneta University, Mr. Philip John Surima of PSAA International Academy, Ms. Susan Batan of Concordia College, Mr. Joy Moreto of Bernardo College, Mr. Ryan Christian Tabay of United Christian Academy College, Mr. Teodoro Jose Ponsalan of International Electronics and Technical Institute, Mr. J.W. Piansay of Ono Caregiver, Ms. Maria Mirna Noki of iCraps International Assessment, and Mr. Marco Yemiem, Center for International Industries Competence Corporation. We call them our second 10 because we also have our first 7 lead trainers, and they came mostly from the TWC headed by Kim. No, I'm happy about the development of our multiplier training program because while the NTTA program is going on, and we saw Director Perla earlier, we have to congratulate her for her initiatives of the NTTA. While the NTTA training course is still doing, we are now doing also a parallel program for our multiplier. In fact, we are the first in the country to do the first run of the multiplier program, and we will have our graduation ceremony for the first 100. I was informed that only 50 out of the 100, or one half, no, are qualified to finish the course this afternoon. But 50 is 50, no, and that means 50 programs already. So we're happy with this turnout. There will be 2 more multiplier programs probably that we will run in the next few days, depending on how far our lead trainers could complete the program at the NTTA. Let me acknowledge our provincial directors who are with us. Director Perla, I mentioned her already. Director Archie of Manila, Director Pong of Quezon City, Director Bal Valdez of Monteparlas, Director Juliet Orozco, who is traveling with the secretary in Mindanao, in PASMAC, and who else? Did I miss anyone? There's supposed to be 6. Director Roland of Kamanava, fresh from his successful MOA signing on the PTC TESDA Kamanava Training Center last Friday. Let me also acknowledge the efforts of our ROD staff headed by NINS, no, and IC there for this effort. This is a gathering of homogeneous people practicing a shared profession and discipline in Tibet. So these thoughts are for you. I actually gave this message during the first batch, and I thought I'd like to share this with you too. Time and again, we have emphasized the critical role that the trainers play in our training delivery system. Indeed, one may have the best curriculum, top of the line equipment, innovative systems, but without a good, and may I underline good, trainer to guide and facilitate the learning process, learning becomes arduous, difficult, if at all possible. Over the years, as the landscape of the 21st century education and training unfolded, the context of learning has changed, and with it, the role of the trainers. So that technically, we don't call you trainers anymore, but facilitators. To emphasize your primary role in the learning system, which is to guide and make learnings happen. There's been a shift from the traditional teacher-centered process to learner-centered system, which makes the role of the facilitators even more challenging. Now that we are transitioning to the new normal, we are again faced with even more daunting challenges. Our transition to flexible learning systems, which include online delivery in a digital platform, is, for most institutions, long been trapped in the traditional mode, like sailing into uncharted waters. But the thing is, we have seen these things coming, and we have seen the signals looming in the horizon. At TESDA, our online programs, in fact, has been there since 2012. Our TESDA circulars on flexible learning systems, which we have modified during this new normal, have actually been in place 2 years ago. Now we are impelled by the forces of the new normal. We are impelled by the forces of the new normal to adapt, and adjust. We do not have other choice except if we make ourselves irrelevant. We understand that we are facing what we are facing in the so-called new normal education and training setup. We call it our twin challenge: the capacity and readiness to on the part of our institutions on one hand, and the access and equity on the part of our learners to the digital platform on the other. In the last readiness survey that we did, only about 37% said that they are ready. And that's on the part of the TVI. We do not know yet how many of our targeted constituents for the training are actually also ready. How to bridge these two together is where we find the role of the trainers and the facilitators. Given this new learning ecosystem, we need to not only capacitate and equip our trainers with the tools of the trade, so to speak, but also to provide them the needed motivation to stay the course, because you deserve no less. I understand what you have been through in the season where classes were closed, there were no trainings were suspended, and some of you were asking for help from TESDA, and we felt so powerless to be able to provide you with that pantawid, no, in the course of the lockdown. But beyond this, you, our trainers, must find, I hope, the joy and the meaning and purpose of what you do in the lives of the learners you've touched. For in the end, your legacy is in your body of work. The countless human beings that you've unlocked the doors of opportunities for. Not in the CBLMs that you make, not in the researches and innovations that you do. It is in the lives of your learners. And so I'd like to leave you with an inspiring quote. This is supposed to be an inspiring remarks. So may I leave you with an inspiring quote from Maya Angelou, if you know her, if you're familiar with her, that iconic African-American writer and poet who must have sustained what other women of her color at the time couldn't have endured. Sexual assault, violence, prejudice, discrimination. In one of her books, it's The Caged Bird That Sings, is that it? She said, and I quote, "When you get, give. When you learn, teach." Her words were so basic and simple, and yet so profound and true. I thought this is the law of the universe, the flow of life. You cut this off and you destroy the cosmic cycle. You realize that we are sitting here now at where we are because along the way, somebody gave to us. Along the way, somebody taught us. Again, what we got, we have to give back. What we learned, we have to share to others. We are called upon, all of us, to give to life the gift of talents that we are all blessed with. And today, you, our trainers, our TVI administrators, let me acknowledge the team of Kim Bautista, also of the first 7. You must begin the process of paying forward. Not paying back, but paying forward. You have seen that movie, Paying Forward? To multiply ourselves, yourselves, so that together we can all make the difference in the lives of many of our learners. Mayong buntag sa tanan, good luck and congratulations to all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, RD, for such informative and inspiring message. For everybody's information, we have a total of 360 enrollees for this batch. We are hoping that likewise the 360 graduates after 5 days. So at this point, we will be enlightened on the different learning modalities under the Flexible Learning in Tibet. Our ears please to Ms. Nina Dag, our Regional Operations Division Chief. Please take it away, Ma'am Nims.
Hello everyone, good morning. We're all very excited and happy that you're all here. We are 360 participants in total. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So we are 360 participants in total. So we are now on the second batch of our multiplier training. The future batches will be conducted na hopefully in the district level para mas ma-wide pa yung ating ma-reach. So if you'll allow me, I'll be sharing my screen. Hold on. Okay, I'll try again. Naka-disabled po.
Try po ulit na.
Yan. So kita nyo na?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Kita po po.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, so good morning again and welcome to our multiplier training on facilitating e-learning program. So before I proceed, we proceed with the course content and the outline of this 5-day multiplier training. Let me first share with you the conceptual framework that TESA developed for us to smoothly transition, adapt, adjust, and become resilient to the new normal conditions that we are in now. Flexible learning. This is actually a dream of TESDA that has been fast forwarded. The vision of the future became our present reality. There's no stopping this now. It is the only way forward and it is inevitable. We hope that you will be one with us in embracing this new training delivery mode and see this as an opportunity to succeed and achieve our goals for ourselves and for our trainees. It is very apparent that the suspension of classes brought about by the sudden pandemic has greatly disrupted our way of work, our way of life, and our traditional way of training. We are confronted by several challenges, particularly in the delivery of our training programs. As we all know, our TVIs are widely accustomed to in-campus face-to-face delivery mode and enterprise-based training. One of the effects of the ECQ in the delivery of Tibet is the limitation in the conduct of practical skills training due to social distancing measures. We all know that the hallmark of Tibet is practical skills training. Currently, practical skills training to institution-based workshop activities are suspended. Also, since companies are closed, enterprise-based training are also suspended. There are already TBIs implementing or about to implement their program, and they have no choice but to suspend their classes or to do training remotely or at a distance. Another challenge that we face is that our TBI administrators, our trainers and trainees, they are inadequately prepared for remote or distance education. Not many of our institutions are using new technologies in Tibet training, especially online training or even software applications, which are available in the internet for free usage. And even if new technologies are available, TBIs and trainers and trainees, they have limited or they lack the access to internet connection, learning platforms, devices, or media and other. Hold on. Can you still share my screen?
Wala, ma'am.
Nawala po, ma'am.
Share mo ulit po, ma'am.
Hindi ako makashare eh. Miss Joyce Aquino, can you please unshare your screen for a bit? Thank you. There you go. Thank you so much. There you go. So as I was saying, even if the new technologies are available, TVI's learners and trainees, they have lack or limited access to internet connection, learning platforms, devices, or media and other related resources. Okay, so our response to these challenges that we face is to adopt the flexible learning delivery in Tibet and use whatever resources is available at the disposal of the DBI. So this is very flexible. Let us first put into context what flexible learning is. So flexible learning is defined as the provision of a range of learning modes or methods, giving learners greater choice of when, where, and how they will learn. The conceptual framework that TESDA has developed, it illustrates the agency's direction to adopt innovative and flexible learning in continuing the delivery of Tibet, making Tibet resilient against educational disruptions in response to the challenges of the digital economy. In the delivery of Tibet, flexible in learning is exemplified using conventional and IT-based learning approaches and their combination to promote wider participation among TBIs, trainers, and learners. Some external and internal variables were also considered in adapting flexible learning to ensure that the continuing delivery of Tibet is inclusive among TBIs, trainers, and learners. And at the center, or at the heart of it all, is still quality assurance. So as you can see, this conceptual framework also identifies the major delivery modes that our institutions or technical vocational institutions can use and adopt. So first we have the face-to-face learning. You all know this. This is the traditional learning delivery mode where the knowledge content and skills component of a TVET program are both delivered by the trainer at the classroom and workshop areas at the school campus. There's also online learning. It is a learning delivery mode where learning takes place outside the classroom using primarily or entirely the internet-connected computer or mobile device. This is preferred for TVET programs that require no or limited use of large or complicated learning equipment. Then we have this. This is highly recommended, the blended learning. Learning delivery mode, it combines the traditional face-to-face and e-learning. Knowledge contents are delivered through online platforms with the aid of offline learning technology, while skills components are in the classroom or workshop. So this is the most suited for us in TVET, since there are skills that needs to be demonstrated by the trainee. So it has to do in a classroom or a workshop, especially those skills training programs that require big equipments and tools. TVIs may also opt to use the distance learning. This is the traditional learning modes that takes place outside the training institutions for both the knowledge and skills components with the use of print learning materials and non-digital electronic resources. TVIs may also choose to use the combination of distance learning and face-to-face. So through this, TVIs are given the leeway to adopt any of the following flexible learning delivery modes, depending on their institutional capacity, their trainer's capability, and learners' access to learning resources and technology. So please take note here that in the class of 25 trainees, which is our standard class size, our trainees have different profiles, especially in terms of access to internet. So again, we recommend the use of blended training. So here are some quotes for you. People are not single method learners. We are a species blended learners. Another one, it is not, the question is not if we should blend. Rather, the question is what are the ingredients. So I will just quickly, this is part actually of the guidelines issued by TESDA in the implementation of flexible learning delivery mode. So I will just briefly explain to you the parameters on how this will be implemented. It will show you the prerequisites, what prerequisites are needed in implementing the chosen flexible learning delivery. So this talks about the ingredients. So if opted to use or the online delivery mode, the TVI must have a curriculum that indicates how they will adapt online learning and what they need. In generic term, they will need to present their digital contents. These digital contents may be in the form of a streaming, video, animation, interactive presentation, text presentation. These are what we call learning resources. These digital contents are ideally organized in a web-based learning management system. So we will dive into the learning management system more later or in the course of your training in this delivery of flexible e-learning. A learning management system, it is a tool that allows educator to design his or her lessons, deliver the lesson according to instructional design, collect responses to learners, provide feedbacks to learners, monitor learners' progress and others. Basically, it is a teaching and learning tools integrated into one web application. I hope those of you here have at least heard about this about the LMS. Kasi this will be the heart of your training in the next few days. The LMS can serve as the virtual space where teachers can teach, communicate with learners, check and monitor learners' performance and progress. In the same manner, the learners will also have access to the LMS to go over their lessons, accomplish the learning activities, communicate with the trainers, monitor their learning performances and accomplishments, and so much more. But using LMS will require big investment on the part of the TBI. As such, it was indicated also in our in the guidelines that we deployed in flexible learning that the TBI may also use other methods. So what do I mean by this? Other it means that other digital contents can be placed in a suitable web application such as YouTube, Facebook, Google Classroom, Google Drive, Google Meet, and others. So through these, learners and teachers will access these web applications to get the digital contents, communicate, and exchange files. Although this approach is allowed, TESDA still recommends the use of LMS, for it makes teaching and learning more easy and organized. Okay. What if the TBI choose to use the blended delivery mode? So the same thing with the online, the TBI needs to present the curriculum, indicating how they will adopt blended learning mode and the requirements that they need. As mentioned before, blended learning is a combination of online learning and face-to-face. As such, TBI will need to present their e-learning, the e-learning infrastructure, such as their digital content, web-based LMS, or web application to host the contents that will be accessed by the teachers or learners. And TBIs, before that pala, you may also use offline LMS that uses push technology. Push technology allows an offline version of LMS to be installed in a standalone computers, in a flash drive in some cases. However, this will still need internet connection from time to time to update its content. So in addition to this, since teaching and learning mode has a face-to-face component, then the TBIs will need to present their CBT workshop. The CBT workshop is the same as what they presented when they applied for program registration. Thus, we expect that it will not be an additional investment for the TBIs anymore. So if the TBIs choose to adopt distance learning, they will be asked to present, of course, their curriculum. Learning. They will be asked to present, of course, their curriculum. Okay. These resources, sorry, parang may nag-feedback. Okay na. All right. So again, if opted to adapt the distance learning, you will be also asked to present your curriculum and then show the availability of learning resources, such as any reading materials in print or digital format, like the CBLM, worksheets, reference books, and any non-print materials such as video on CD, radio and TV broadcast materials, starter kits or projects, like for the case of electronic servicing, wherein the learners can build electronic projects at home. Okay, now let me go to the next part of those are the three delivery modes. Okay, let us now go through the facilitating e-learning session. I will just quickly show you the training delivery structure of this e-learning session or our multiplier training program. So as I have already said, you are now the second batch of the recipients of this multiplier training program. What happened was initially the central office conducted the lead trainers for the facilitating e-learning session to first batch of NCR for TTIs, and then the second batch are for the lead trainers of TBIs. And then simultaneously, they are conducting, NTTA is conducting the third batch, and there still will be the fourth batch of the regional lead trainers, which will be conducted, I think, next week. So you are all in all 360 participants. Thank you so much again. I'm very overwhelmed and very excited that a lot of you joined. It shows your dedication and commitment to support us, in the implementation of flexible learning delivery. So hopefully in the coming weeks, we will be expecting you to already submit your application for certificate of recognition to start deliver flexible learning delivery in your training programs. So you are divided into 6 groups. This will be discussed further later. To represent each district, there are 60 participants from each district. Each of you will have 3 lead trainers. For the skills component of the training, this may be done asynchronously with assigned trainer and assistant trainer for each class of 60 and 3 trainers. The technical support system will be likewise provided by your assigned trainers, which is necessary since we will be using a free web base that will also be further explained to you later. So with that, I would like to say thank you and congratulations in advance. I know we are expecting that you all will pass this training program. And, in TESDA NCR, we can do it. Maraming salamat po.
Salamat po, ma'am. God bless.
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Nins. Okay pa po ba tayo? Hindi pa naman na-overwhelm? Sana po okay pa kasi more to follow pa po. So,
Huwag kang
hindi naman po sa nananakot, pero hindi. Okay lang po yan, madali lang, kayang-kaya nyo. So, at the end of the week, meron na po tayong magiging 360 na graduates. So, our final presenter for the day, please welcome one of the regional lead trainers for Batch 2, Mr. Jawe Piansay, for the training induction program and the day 1 training proper. Question and answer portion relative to the discussed topic will follow immediately. Sir Jawe, please.
Good morning to all. I am Jawi Piansay from Regional Lead from Pasay, Makati District. So I would like to share my slide from IC. Okay. Kita na ba po? Kita na? Okay.
Yes, po, sir.
Kita na pa. Kita na.
Clear naman po ang audio ko? Okay naman?
Clear, sir. Clear.
Okay, so please follow the instructions. Please mute na lang po, no? And later may Q&A naman po tayo. Okay. Continue, Ma'am Nina, our ROD chief already explained to you na 60 per district. So I would like to introduce to you the facilitators, your facilitators, no? For Kamanava District, 60 participants. Sir Levy, nandiyan ka ba? Say hi naman, Sir Levy. Ma'am Jinky, and Sir Philip Batol. For Quezon City District, Ma'am May Nuke, Ma'am Kim, hi ma'am. Sir Marco.
Morning po.
Okay. Morning. For Manila, Ma'am Susan, Sir Philip Surima, John Surima, and Sir Rodelio Batyon. Okay.
Good morning po.
Morning po, morning. Andiyan po yung mga trainers nyo. Take note po, mga participants. Dito sa Zoom and dun po sa YouTube. We're live. Okay? For the last three districts, Multiplier, Las Tapat, Sir Joey Moreto, sir. Hi.
Present.
Sir Ryan Christian Tabay. Sir Peter Evan Kagila. For Pamamarisan, Ma'am Sheila Bawar and Sir Aris Glenn. For PASMAC, Ma'am Cynthia Javier, Sir
Hello po.
Ted Punsalan, and yours truly. No, take note po ulit for the last three districts, no, para po later on the activities. To continue, the objectives of this TIP is to establish, no, at the end of this module, no, objectives po natin to establish the e-learning, itong training na ito, facilitate e-learning session, monitor learning progress, and review and evaluate e-learning course. That is all the LOs. Yan na po yung LO, learning outcomes. Okay? Further explain each learning outcome. No? LO1 has 9, no, criteria. No? The duration, my dear, is an hour. Minimum. Minimum po yan, ha? Hindi naman po yan maximum. Minimum duration po siya. So, e-learning concepts, principles of learning, OER, laws and regulations, applying 9 event of instructions, same with what we have learned in TM1, no? I-apply lang po talaga natin siya dito sa e-learning. Apply adult learning principles, e-learning for different learning styles, e-learning delivery modes, and different learning platforms. For LO2, facilitate e-learning sessions. Ito po yung pinakamatagal. It has the minimum duration of 2 hours and 30 minutes. No? Ito po yung bulk. Course management, user administration, LMS enrollment, elements of a learning course, LMS activities, LMS resources, technical support mechanism and technology plan, developing study guide, and e-learning engagement and netiquette. Actually, yung netiquette, kung maaga po kayo nandito, no, nag-show na po ng mute po yung mic, ma'am. Mute po yung mic. Thank you. Yung netiquette po, napakita na po ng NCR kanina, part of it, no? Yun po yun. Next, for the third learning outcome, monitor learning progress. It has a duration of an hour. Minimum duration. Setting up activity, compilation and restricting access. Badge reward system. Monitoring student progress through LMS-generated reports. Providing learner support service in online learning. And grading students using LMS. For the last, no, LO, review and evaluate e-learning courses. It has an hour, no, duration minimum. Importance of evaluation in e-learning. Types, methods, strategies, and tools in evaluation. Important elements for review in e-learning. Improvement plan, documentation. So those are all of the criteria that you will be experiencing in learning, no, in this training. Now, let me further discuss the activities that the learning activities, no, that is set up for you. There are webinars, online learning activities, workshops, and role play and or demonstration. 4 webinars. No? Daily webinars will be conducted per district. No? Webinar will start at 8 a.m. Attendance is checked. The topics of the webinar is the synthesis and objectives of the day. Per district siya, so I hope that each district will give the link to all participants. No. Next, learning activities, online learning activities. So you are tasked to read the content in the books and presentations, view videos, use interactive learning materials, take quizzes. Opo, madami-dami pong quiz po ito. Lahat po naman kami na nagulat sa dami ng quiz. So malalaman nyo din po yan. Participate in forums. Required po siya. Graded and required. Quizzes and forums are required po. Okay? That is for TOP. Sa TOP po website po ito. Now, how will you know? No? Sa online learning activities, guys, take note that all of the materials in the TOP has prerequisites. So ito po yung prerequisites. Restricted, not available unless natapos mo po. For this pre-test po, for this slide, kung makikita nyo, pre-test is the requirement para ma-open po lahat ng lesson 2, lesson 3, quiz 1.1. Okay? So take note of that, guys. Scroll down and read everything so that alam nyo po yung mga prerequisites ng lesson na yan. Okay? And then how will you know? No? If you have accomplished that particular activity, no? Magkakaroon po ng check mark on the right side. No? Pre-test. Look at the pre-test. May check mark na po siya sa right side niya. So, ibig sabihin, okay ka na po dyan. You can move on to the next activity. Now, after completing all of the activities in TOP until the post-test, no, a certificate, e-certificate will be issued to you, no, by e-TESDA. Ayan po yung e-certificate, ganyan po yung makikita, marireceive nyo po, no. Tapos yun na po yung online learning activities. But kailangan po lahat ng forum, discussions, and you must pass the quizzes and pre-test. Take note of that po, guys. Now, for after you receive the certificate, you will move on to your individual and group work. No, the LMS for the development site is divided into two kasi po napakalaki po natin. We are 360 plus po yung mga facilitators and focals. So hindi po pwedeng isang development site lang. So we divided it into two. Kamanava, Manila, Quezon City, yan po yung link ng dev site, no? And Multiplier, Tapat, Pamamarisan ng PASMAC, ayan din po yung link for the dev site. A reminder lang po, you need to finish. Kailangan po mapakita nyo sa facilitator nyo yung e-certificate nyo before you are allowed to access the development site. Okay? The passwords is the same for TOP and the dev site. Okay. And then in the development site, the participants shall refer to the task sheet. Okay. Once that you accomplish the post-test, guys, mawawala na po yung restriction sa lahat ng task sheets. No? So, magagawa nyo na po yung task sheets, no, sa development site. But submission, no, is in the TOP. A study guide for the whole unit of competency in the technology plan based on the installed e-learning technology shall be collaboratively prepared. Ito po yung group work. No? Iuhuli po ninyo ang tech plan at study guide na task sheet. Kasi po kailangan po yung sa grupo nyo, you are group per qualification. Sa grupo nyo po, kayo po ang mag-chip in para mabuo nyo po yung tech plan and study guide. Yun po yung last 2 task sheets po. Ihuli nyo po sila. Okay, how do you? Ulitin ko. You develop, you accomplish the task sheet on the dev site, but you submit. No? May submission po siya sa TOP. So you will click file submissions or submissions. I-click nyo po siya dun sa task sheet mismo. Dun sa may kamay. No? And then dyan nyo po, dito po nyo i-drop yung files na required. Or kung ano man po yung activities na nandyan, you report to your facilitator kung ano po yung ginawa nyo dun sa dev site. No? And then save changes. Para po, huwag nyo pong kakalimutan to save changes and submit para po malaman po ng mga facilitators nyo na nagpasa na po kayo at tapos na po kayo for evaluation na po ng mga facilitators. Okay? Role play. This is the last activity. For our schedule sa advisory, it is the institutional assessment to be conducted on the 26th. No? Hopefully po, lahat po tayo sa 26 ready na for the demo. So pag natapos nyo na po lahat ng 3 activities, learning activities, ito po yung pang-4, ito yung huli. No? So during the webinar on the 26th, mag-draw lots po ang per group ng isang class. Facilitated by your lead trainer. Ang mga topics po na pwede nyong makuha or ide-demo is orientation, demonstration of providing technical learner support, and monitoring learning activities. Isa lang po, one topic lang po per group or one topic per qualification. See your group by qualification. So yan po yun. No, yan po is the date of that is on the 26th. Okay. Method of institutional assessment. Computer-based test. So, pag may e-certificate naman po kayo, okay na yan. No? And then, portfolio assessment, lahat po yung task sheets. Lahat po. Hindi po pwedeng may kulang. And then, your group demonstration of one topic dun is either orientation or tech support. Now, what are the required outputs? Ito po yun. No? Simple lang para mas malinaw po sa lahat. For the TOP, the title sa Test the Online program is Facilitate E-Learning Session NCR. E-certificate po. No? Ang kailangan po ipakita nyo. And then portfolio is the compiled online activities ng LMS, yung mga task sheets nyo. And then for the demonstration, yun na nga po, you will demonstrate one activity, is either orientation, tech support, or monitoring. Basis of grading. For online activities, the passing grade, lahat po ng quizzes po yan, except, syempre po, pre-test. No? Lahat ng quizzes and then post-test po, no? 80% to pass. Quizzes and post-test has only 3 attempts. I will repeat it again. Quizzes and post-test has only 3 attempts. Parang lang yan sa paano ba to? Sa mga games, di ba? 3 lives. You only get 3 chances, no? To accomplish it. Ngayon, kung talaga po pang third try, hindi po umabot ng 80%, then you talk to your facilitator para mabigyan po kayo ng additional tries. No? Meron pong limit din po, hindi po yan unlimited tries. 100 times ka sa quiz, 1.1. Hindi naman po dapat gano'n. Okay? But you can ask for additional attempts, guys, to your facilitators, and they will request it to the site administrator our site administrator is Sir Philip sa TOP. Sa TOP po yan. For the demonstration or all task sheets yan, no? Trainees must accomplish all. Uulitin ko po, must accomplish all performance criteria of that particular task sheet. No? Doon naman po same lang as what we have learned during TM1, that there is the first part or the first page is the steps in accomplishing it, and then the second page of the task sheet are the criteria in which you will be evaluated by your facilitator. So basahin niyo po lahat 'yon, no? Para kung sa tingin nyo, okay na po kayo sa lahat ng performance criteria, then submit the document already. Okay? Double check your work, guys. Now, for the grades, saan po makikita yung grades sa TOP? So, meron po tayong table dyan sa left side, no? When you access your TOP, FeLS NCR. Click nyo po yung grades at lalabas po yan yung grades ninyo. Yan na po yun. Pag nasubmit nyo na, ganyan po yung lalabasan. Submission bin. Ito po yung sinasabi kong kamay, no? Sa mga task sheet. Yan po yung sinasabi kong kamay. Diyan po kayo magsasubmit. Quizzes, yan. Nandyan po yan lahat. Quizzes, automatic po yan. Sa TOP, lalabas po kagad po yan kung ano pong grade nyo, 80% above, then may tick mark ka na po. No? Sir, kung hindi pa po 80, pwede ba may attempts pa ako? Pwede ba po ako mag-attempt pa? Yes po. Hanggang third try. Para kung gusto mo makakita na puro 100 ka makikita katulad nito, puro 100 yan, gamitin nyo po yung mga, kung gusto nyo, gamitin nyo po yung mga attempts po ninyo hanggang third. Highest score naman pong kukunin sa lahat ng attempts. Okay? And the communication channels, yes. Test the online program, meron po siyang chat box, no? Upper right corner. And send messages there. Makikita po namin yan lahat, no? Facebook Messenger, yes, I think so. Yung iba pong mga districts, may mga group chat na nagawa. Magagawa din po tayo ng group chat per district. At gagawa din po ng group chat per class, no? So, although ako I'll be handling 20 students from PASMAC, then gagawa po ako. I will invite you all dun sa 20 participants na naka-assign sa akin dun sa group chat na yon. Emails, yes, no? You will be receiving communication through emails, Gmail preferably, kasi yung ibang emails nagkakaroon ng problema. But kung nakaka-receive naman po kayo ng email, lalo na yung invitation today, then I think so you will receive mails also. Coming from TOP, coming from your facilitators. Zoom. Katulad nga, we are using the Zoom meeting. No? And then Google Drive, yes. For sharing of some of the list of participants. Pwede po i-share ng mga facilitators using the Google Drive, so you can view it, no? Para lahat po kagad makaka-view. Hindi na kailangan i-email. And then Google Meet. Google Meet is free also. Yan yung Google Hangouts noon. Ngayon Google Meet na ang kanyang pangalan. Now, after everything, nakatapos na po kayo ng demo at may sabi ng facilitators nyo, okay, you can rest na. Hopefully, lahat po tayo magre-rest ng Friday 5 p.m. No? You will be receiving on the graduation or closing ceremony your certificate, no, of training for facilitate e-learning session. Okay? Coming from NCR. Yan po yung yan po yung certificate na title of the certificate. And please take note that on the right side, andun po yung mga LOs, learning outcomes, no? Na training na tinapos po ninyo. Okay? So after this Zoom meeting hosted by NCR, magbe-break away po tayo into districts, no? Para po malaman po ninyo ang inyong mga groupings, no? Kung sinong facilitator po kayo, 20 per facilitator. Mas malaki lang po ang hahandle ng pamamarisan. Dalawa lang po sila ni Ma'am Sheila. So per 30 po sila. Okay? So meron pong na-provide ng mga link. So ito po, take note kung picturean or what. Ito po yung mga link noong Kamanava sa Google Meet. Manila po sa Google Meet. Screenshot it guys or ano. Kasi after this, we will immediately go to the district meetings. Okay? And then sa Multiplier, kasi Zoom din yung ginamit, I think Multiplier will be sending the link to you through PM or group chat. Okay? Quezon City, Pamarisan, siguro isasend na rin po nila yan sa GC po ninyo. And then PASMAC po, yan po yung link guys for PASMAC.
Through chat po, ilalagay ko na yung link po namin ng QC.
Opo ma'am, no problem po. Sa chat na lang po ma'am, okay, no problem po ma'am. Ito din po sa Multiplier, napakahaba yung Zoom link, hindi naman po, baka bago mo naman po ito ma-type. So wait for your doon sa iba na kayang i-type po ito sa mga Gmeet, maikli lang naman po yung link na yan. So you can type it now and wait for your host to accept you in the meeting.
Sir Joey, hindi makita yung sa
Joey.
Sa PASMAC hindi makita.
Yes sir. Sir Joey, sa Multiplier po, meron pong isi-send sa email nila na link. So just wait lang po sila sa invites namin.
Ay, Sir Jawe,
Yes,
sa QC po, naka-post na po doon sa group chat. I posted it already sa QC.
Okay, kita na po yung sa PASMAC.
Yes po, sir.
Doon na lang po. For your questions for this TIP, kung meron po kayong mga tanong pa, doon na po tayo sa breakaway district meetings magtanong sa mga facilitators nyo. They have a copy of all of these slides already, no? So para po lang mag-focus na po tayo doon sa mga groupings po natin. Kita na po yung PASMAC?
Okay lang, sir.
Kita na? Hello.
Hindi po siya nagpo-full.
Yes, sir.
Kita na. Okay. And then, yes, and after the meeting po per district, you can now access your TOP and accomplish yon. Yung target of, our target for the day is kung kayang tapusin po yung certificate, e-certificate, then go. No? Para po hindi po kayo maubusan ng time. No? Huwag pong complacent, no, na kailangan po tapusin po muna at makakuha po ng e-certificate after the meeting po, no, ng district meeting. Okay? Okay na? Ma'am IC?
Wala na po bang questions kay Sir Jawe?
May tanong, yes. Kung may tanong po, may tanong ba sa chat natin?
Wala naman po.
Wala naman po.
Sa YouTube, sir, merong isang nagtanong.
Yung yon si Sir Philip nag na po ng Google link niya doon sa I'll be posting also my Google may link sa PASMAC. Po-post ko na rin po sa chat para makita. I'll be posting. May tanong? Wala naman? Or you can ask questions naman to your facilitators sa district meeting po ninyo today. Walang tanong?
Takot, sir, sa'yo.
Wala po, wait nga lang. Sandali lang. Ikaw nagmamadali eh. Ayan na po yung sa Pasmac po. Ayan na po yung Google nasa yung nasa Zoom ngayon. Ayan na po yung nasa chat box na po yung link for Pasmac po. Nasa chat box na po yung link. Okay?
Same here, sir, sa Multiparlas. Nasa chat box na din.
Ayun, sa Multiparlas din daw po, nasa chat box na rin. So, Zoom meeting yon. Open ko na rin yung Zoom. Ay, open ko na din yung G. Zoom naman to eh. Open ko na rin yung aming meeting para maka-accept na ako ng mga magjo-join. Yon.
Same din
Sige
dito
po.
sa kanila, sir.
Okay.
Nag-start na rin po. Nag-start na rin po akong mag-add ng mga participants for Manila.
Yung sa may YouTube, wait daw po for pamamarisan link. Wait lang muna po kayo dito. No, I'll be posting i-up ko ulit tong slide ng mga link, no, para sa mga sa YouTube po. Yung hindi po nakaano sa YouTube. I-up ko lang po ito para makita po ninyo. We'll wait for the others po.
Sir Joey, parang may nag-raise hand po. Si Sir ba? Aden Javier?
Mag-add sa kanila.
Wait po tayo sa pamamarisan. Guys, pamamarisan, wait lang for the link.
Hindi naman nakaano.
Okay na po, sir. Ma'am Race, okay na. Lilipat kami sa Google Meet.
Kayo po, ma'am,
May
wala na
tanong?
pong ibang concerns? Wala na po?
May tanong IC sa chat box.
Wala na akong
Okay
tanong.
na ako. Sir, may tanong sila sa
Nakamute
chat
ka,
box regarding sa sa password daw na gagamitin nila.
Password for test the online program po.
Yan po yung tanong niya, ma'am. Kasama po ba sa username password?
Sa test the online program po, nasa advisory na po yung yung kanilang user credentials, naka-attach na po dun sa email. Di ba, Ma'am IC? In-attach na po sa email, sa advisory. Ayun. So, yung pong kanilang user credentials to log in sa test the online program, nakasama na po dun sa in-email na mga documents, yung advisory, then andun na po yung user credentials po. Yung sa Agnomio po, wag po muna nilang buksan hanggat hindi po sila binigyan ng instructions ng facilitator nila. Yung sa e-test na po muna ang buksan nila. Para po malinawan, pumunta po muna sila sa Google Meet ng per district. Kasi magbibigay po ng instructions doon.
Sir Jao, good morning po. Meron na po sa pamamarisan, Sir Jao, Google Meet. Wala.
Ma'am Chef, pa-post na rin dito para makita nila sa chat.
Kung ako na lang po ang gagawa.
Ay, per district po siya, ma'am. Tama po.
Opo, yung sa district po ang hinihintay po. So ako na lang po. Sir Joey.
Yes, ma'am. I believe kayo po gagawa niyan, ma'am. Sa
Sige
district po niyo.
Okay po.
Wala po ata na-provide pa si Sir Jawe.
Ma'am Melody? Saan po yung nakalimutan yung password?
Hi, sir.
It's online
Good
po
morning,
yata.
sir.
Sir Jao, gawa lang po ako ha, para masama na dito sa Meet ay sa Zoom po for a while po.
Sir Levy, dun po sa binigay na password and username ng TESDA po. Nakalimutan niya po
Sir
yung password niya doon.
Aileen Javier, doon po sa email po ng NCR, I was informed na meron po doon list ng mga password po, name and username, password. Andun po yon sa email po ng NCR. Kasama po yan kung nakita nyo yung yung link ng Genomio or dev site. May file po dyan for the list of username and password.
Sir Joe, pa-announce lang ako.
Okay, sir. Thank you po.
Doon po sa may mga link na meeting nila, you can start na po with your lumipat doon sa link para po mas mabilis po at masagot yung mga tanong po ninyo. Pwede na po kayo mag-start na lumipat doon sa link.
Pa-announce lang ako, Joe.
Sir, excuse lang po. Pwede pa magtanong isa?
Sige po.
Kasi noon, may ano yun yung sa anong training ng e-TESDA, yun yung sa COVID-related.
Sir, kahit nag-download po kayo doon?
Nagawa kasi na ako ng account sa e-TESDA. Hindi naman po ba magkakaroon ng parang...
Opo, ma'am. Doon na po kayo sa doon sa ma'am...
Hindi po ako, ma'am.
Ma'am
Sir.
Angelique, pwede na po mag-leave dito.
Sir po siya.
Lalaki siya, lalaki.
Yung mga nandito lang po is yung wala pa pong link sa kanilang meeting ng per district po.
Alright po, thank you po.
Sir Jao, may PM ako sa'yo. Pasuyo lang palagay dito sa sa Zoom yung Google Meet namin po. Pamamarisan po. Sir Jao. Sir Jao.
Hello? Pwedeng pa-announce lang ako, Sir Jao?
Sige, Sir Levy.
Oo. ganito, for the Caloocan group or Kamanaba group, kay 11 a.m. tayo eksakto sa Google Meet na isend na sa lahat ng group sa GC natin. Nakagawa na tayo kagabi pa ng GC. So lahat ng information pwede natin doon ilagay. And then paalala ko lang po, dalawa po ang ating gagamiting site. Isang course site at saka isang dev site. Yung course site po natin, yun yung TOP. Doon po tayo magbabasa ng lahat ng informations natin, lahat ng instructions natin doon. And then sa dev site natin, ang Genomio model, doon po tayo magpi-perform ng lahat ng task na naka-indicate doon sa TOP po natin. Okay, yung TOP po natin, ibinigay na yung site, yung address, and then you can use your own, yung pinadala ng mga username as well as password. Now, pag natapos tayo sa TOP, pag mag-perform na tayo ng tasks doon sa ating dev site, okay, you can use also your username and password na nandoon sa TOP, which is yung pinadala.
Sir Paulo, kung doon na po kayo sa kung okay naman na po kayo dito, alam niyo na po yung link ninyo sa QC, then doon na po kayo sa QC, sir. Maiwan lang po dito yung hindi pa nila alam yung mga link.
Sir, Manila daw po wala. May nagtatanong po sa YouTube.
Manila.
Hindi nga siya kasama.
Meron ng 41 participants na nasa loob.
Paano kaya?
Ayaw niyang gumawa ng iba eh. Kapokus lang siya dyan. Hindi pa makausap pag walang pasok.
Oo nga.
Kasi susunod niya.
Sir Jawi, doon na po ako sa Google Meet.
Bye po, ma'am.
Ako din po.
See you later.
Pinost ko na po yung link ng pamamarisan po. Ako po nag-post nun yung mahaba. Tama ba itong Oo. Ako na po nag-post nun.
Yan, tama yan.
Pamamarisan po.
Sir Jawi, punta na ako dun sa amin.
Yes, ako rin, sir.
Oo.
Going to Google Meet na po.
Sir Levy and everyone.
Bye.
Babay na po.
Miss Kim will send later po the resume, the CV.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir
Salamat
Jawi.
po. God
Salamat
bless
po.
to all po. Salamat.
Good luck everyone.
Ma'am IC, magme-message ako sa'yo, may concern.
Sige po, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye po.
Miss Kim, send ko later yung CV.
Okay po, salamat.
Ulitin ko po doon sa mga pamamarisan, nasa chat box na po yung link. Ako po yung nag-post. Link for pamamarisan po. Opo, scroll up ka po, ma'am, Wichi. Ay, Sir Wichi. Scroll up po. Ito, Manila participants din po. Nandyan na ulit. Nakapost na po yung Manila
Hello
Yung
po.
yung
For
po sir,
pamamarisan po. Ay, sorry. Yes po. For pamamarisan po, 11 a.m. po tayo sa meetup po. Thank you po.
Ma'am Riz, nag-send po uli ako ng email sa list of graduates ko.
Sige po. Updated, sir.
Updated na list ng graduates natin sa batch 1.
Sige, sir. Okay, pa-check po namin. Thank you po.
Recent na po yung link na pamamarisan sa chat box po. I was informed that the meeting will start at 11 a.m. po, pamamarisan. I was informed po na the meeting will start at 11 a.m. Ma'am IC, okay na po tayo, ma'am.
Sir, okay na po. Si ano na lang, sir? Si, tawag dito? Si Pamamarisan, yung kanyang link masyadong mahaba, hindi mai-paste sa YouTube.
Sir Philip Batol, kung nandiyan ka, 11 a.m. tayo ha. 11 a.m. sa Google Meet. Philip.
Ano ka? Create ka ng new. Doon sa filter, create new ka. Hindi pa. Bakit nag-gutom ako?
Sir Jawe?